Sword of the Demon Hunter episode 14 now out. Let's talk about it.
Kijin Gentōshō.
So the Sword of the Demon Hunter is now back after its 2-week break. Episode 14 now out for you guys to go and check out. And this episode, we're actually going a little bit back in time here to when he was the bodyguard of his love, where he was serving her and he was going on missions. That is what this episode is all about. But with doing that, we are still in the period where we were, because towards the end, we see him walking around. So this is almost like a character episode for him. This gives us a little bit more context to his character and what Jinta went through and what made him choose to not go with his love and accept that someone else was going to marry her. So that's what this episode is all about. It's about breaking down his character and showcasing you the thought process that went through him and how he developed those feelings. Because, so we open up with him going back and we see him sitting there, talking to her, just communicating with her and everything. And she's like, obviously there's more demons that are coming, we need to send you away. You need to go do this mission and figure out this thing. Now we have the whole council there, and one of them, obviously the chieftain village leader, is there. And he's like, look, I have something that I want to propose, because there are more demons now than ever. And while Jinta is absolutely the best swordsman by far, even better than the person that taught him, the one that was before him, we still need someone to protect the lady while he's gone on these missions. And this is where we get the first instance of him introducing his son, who is going to also become a bodyguard for the first time. So they're going to have two. Now, Jinta doesn't really think much of this at this point, because he's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll go on a mission, someone stays here, when I come back, it's all good. Nothing's going to change or anything. But the guy comes across as an asshole. I'm going to say that. The son comes across as a complete asshole. The way that he just baits Jinta the whole entire episode and basically belittles him and basically threatens him look what I'm doing. I'm now protecting her. We need to work together. Just being an asshole, man. The guy, I don't like him. I do not like him at all. But it's adding the context to what is going to come in this episode with Jinta and how his true feelings are. So, obviously, they all leave. He starts talking to the lady and she's like, we have two and that, but it'll be okay. And he's like, okay, it's all good. So he goes off. He sees his sister again before he takes off. And it also adds context to the sister here, because the sister is very lonely. She now doesn't have the lady anymore. She's up there doing all that stuff. So she's not there. Jinta is off doing missions left, right, and center. So she's always left alone. And that is brought up by the son guy from the village chief, whatever you want to call him. The son does bring that up in this episode, where he basically says to him, he's like, here, this is a bean paste thing for you guys, but not for you, it's for your sister, because she's always lonely. Go say sorry to her for leaving her alone and her being lonely. And you can see that is what's playing into her character in the very first episode when she does turn to a demon. So I like that idea and how that's coming back, and it's showcasing you a little bit more of how the sister is dealing with this. But obviously, Jinta goes off, and this is where we get introduced to this demon that is it's like a bat cross ape sort of thing. And Jinta tries to fight it, and it obviously beats him and gets away. And you gotta remember, Jinta doesn't have his demonic powers right now. So this is just him in human form completely. So he doesn't have the ability to go into those extra forms that he needs to do to beat these demons. He doesn't. So he struggles against him, and he comes back and he's in pain. He's not well. He's got a mark in that. So then he goes up to the lady. She fixes him up, and they start to kindle together. They start to talk about it, and you can really feel the chemistry and the love with them. And this is where they remember certain things about their childhood and everything like that. And then we have the moment where the demon actually shows up outside and is fighting everyone else. And obviously the son's there. He's struggling. Jinta goes out there and slices this thing, and he's ready to go. And he's like, you go protect her. Let me deal with this guy. So he now starts fighting. This is where we find out about the demon's power. What the demon does is it actually preys on your emotional hatred and stuff like that. It mentally messes with you. And this is where the key thing comes to where Jinta, when he's fighting this, we actually see from his POV point that he does not like that other guy. He does not like the son. He is actually scared that he's going to take his love away from him. Like, you can just feel that in this moment. So when the thing starts charging, the demon starts charging at him, it changes from the demon to that guy. And Jinta sees that, and he's like, oh yeah. And this is where he stabs it. And he's like, figures out, okay, so this is what it does. It's trying to fuck with me emotionally. Well, that's not going to happen. So he then pushes back, you know, gets out of that, kills that. But it's a brilliant line in here where he talks about that was like the moment that really, you know, basically severed his heart. It severed something in his heart from that moment. So it's giving us the context, a little bit more context to the decision that he made when he had that conversation in episode 1 with her about they can't be together. And I like the depth that they're going into with this character. Because I know some people, episode 1, some people were like, oh, the sister did the right thing killing her. She cheated on him and stuff. She never cheated on Jinta, sorry. She never cheated on him. It never happened. They were never a couple or anything like that. You can't cheat on someone unless you're together. They were never together. So she didn't cheat on him. And she came to him and spoke to him about this. And he was okay with it. He agreed, yep, that's fine. You know, you have to do your duty, I have to do my duty. But this moment now adds that extra context and details to him and how he truly felt. And I love that because it's like now showing you deep down, he loves her. He does. He absolutely loves her. He grew up with her. It's his true love. And he hates that guy. But it's like he has to put it all to the side for the things that they committed for. And I just think it's brilliant. It's just really, really good writing. And then obviously at the end here, we get this whole sword stuff with one of the swordsmith guys that sells them. And he's talking about there's only these 4 swords with demonic powers and everything. So it's kind of like shaping up for what is going to move forward with the next, I think, 10 episodes. I think there's 24 episodes this season. So another 10 episodes. I think it's setting it all in motion and getting us ready for what's going to happen. Because we go back to where we were with him and he's walking through and he, you know, you can see that he's hurt. I mean, he just killed his father. Natsu doesn't want to talk to him or have anything to do with him. He's really, really struggling, and you can see that mentally he is just, and he talks about how now being like demonic powers and stuff like that, time moves so much slower, never stops and that, and it's almost like it's a curse to him now. But I think it was absolutely phenomenal. Loved it. But let me know what you guys thought. Maybe you didn't like it, maybe you did. Smash your thoughts down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.